All right, guys, welcome to this week's show, Anime Bros. I'm your co-host Chris, and I have my other host here, Matt. And today we're going to be talking about Attack on Titan. So, what do you think about it, Matt?
Yeah, this is my first time seeing it. I know it's like one of the more popular animes out there. Uh I enjoyed it. I think it's like worthy of being in that top contention. People putting it up there with one of the best animes out there. I think I like the beginning more than the more recent seasons because I kind of liked it more when they were attacking the Titans rather than as the show progresses, they kind of learn more about the world and then they actually end up fighting other humans later on. So I kind of liked it more when they were before you knew they were trapped on that island. I liked it when they were just kind of playing survival and trying to run away from the giant titan.
Oh, you liked it when they had no chance at all. Like they were just out here like blindly getting eaten by Titans.
Yeah. I mean, because some of them were even in denial. They're just like hiding behind the walls. They think they're all safe, and then like one day they just show up out of nowhere and they realize they're fucked.
Yeah, there was pretty funny moments in the show when they had that. But I would kind of like have to agree. Um, even though I did like the later seasons, it did very quickly like turn. They're focusing on the political side of the war, but the first two and a half seasons where they were just like straight up fighting Titans,
Yeah.
I would definitely have to say that was like my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, I feel like in the last season especially, they're just kind of throwing a ton of backstory at you, and you have to like trying to just absorb it all in one huge chunk. I almost feel like I wasn't expecting any of that. It almost like came out of nowhere for me.
So yeah, I would definitely say after our viewers as well. Like obviously this podcast will have spoiler alerts, but I definitely think watching Attack on Titan, you have to watch it multiple times. This being my third time watching it, I still picked up on things that I didn't see the first two times I was watching it, and definitely in the last season, like after watching it the third time, the last season made a lot more sense. And I understood the story a lot better than I did my first time going through it.
Yeah, I tried looking up stuff about it, but it was starting to get into like where the manga's at, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to read up past where the
Yeah,
anime is at. So,
you
but
don't
yeah, I
want to do
definitely
that.
yeah, but that backstory they threw at us, it was just like so much information all at once that I'm sure the manga did a better job of distributing that information in the anime. I feel like they were just kind of like throwing a big chunk of information at you all at once.
Yeah, I can't remember how long the time skip was, but they skipped in the anime. They skipped a lot of chapters that was covered in the manga. Like we're basically at the end of the war. By the time when they did the time skip at the beginning of season four, which I mean, I think Attack on Titan did better than what most anime did when they did the time skip. Like they actually skipped to a good part, and it's still like subtly kept in the flow of the story. Um,
Yeah, I didn't even know that was Eren when he had the bandage over his eye.
yes, yo.
I didn't really think that looked like him until later on.
So I would have to say, my first time watching through the sub, I didn't think that was Aaron. I can't remember what episode it was, but rewatching it in the dub, you can tell it's Aaron because it's the same voice actor.
Okay.
But that was interesting because that kind of had me fooled for the first few episodes. I was like, "Who's this random guy named Kruger?"
Well, we can start talking about Eren if you want. He was one of my favorite characters in the beginning of the show. I think he's kind of an asshole now. but
I mean, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say like just definitely in the beginning he was my favorite because I feel like everyone like wasn't really understanding the gravity of the situation of like we got to fight these titans or they're just gonna walk all over us and we're gonna get pushed deeper and deeper within the wall. And then like some of the people hadn't even like seen the titans yet. They're training and like joking around like, oh, we're gonna mess up the titans as soon as we see them. And Aaron's like, he just has all these real emotional speeches because he's like kind of seen everything firsthand and he's like telling everyone. I feel like he steps up and he's kind of a leader at a young age.
It's okay. It's crazy because first off, these boys out here doing this at 12 and 13. You got me fucked up if you have me like out here slaying titans at the good old age of 12.
I don't even like heights. I wouldn't even be able to like maneuver in that gear flying around between trees. I wouldn't even. I don't even know if I'd be down for that.
That is crazy. But I mean, I have to say, yeah, the first time I was watching it through, Eren was one of my favorite characters. The second time, I was like, eh. I mean, he was still like a good character. The third time, I was like, bro, this dude was an asshole from the very beginning. Maybe it was just like how they were wording the dub, but he was kind of shooting you could sell like shit from the very beginning. They did have that moment where like he awakened his conquerors, not conquerors hockey. He awakened the founding titans power, um, and then they kind of had like their moment. But he pulled away at the last second, didn't kiss her. You can clearly tell that like he does not see her as romantically as she sees him. Um, but I would definitely say, if you're watching throughout the series, I don't really like him that much. He was good, but he quickly dropped off.
Yeah, I feel like more just in the last season he dropped off a ton because even in that scene you were talking about, he said he was gonna. He's like, "Yo, I'll put this scarf on you as many times as you want." So I was like, "Okay." So he likes Mikasa, and then later on he's like, "Yeah, I never liked you ever." I was
So
like,
that was a that was kind of a heartbreaking moment. He kind of went in on her.
I just didn't even think it was accurate because I was like, "You said you were gonna put the scarf on her. Like,
That is true. That is
why
true.
would you be doing that if you didn't like him?"
A lot of things changed in that war, but now I even got the receipts. You're trying to tell me? Let me see where this was at. All right, this was in season 3 when this dude got captured again, and he was taken to like the underground cave in order to for his story, in order to like eat him. This dude was being a bitch. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'll atone for my father's sins. He shouldn't have done that. Go ahead and eat me, Historia. I'm no better than anybody else." And Historia's like, "Yo, what are you doing out here?" Like she changed sides and she was showing more character development than he was. I was like, "Bro, what's going on here?"
I thought that was the weakest part of the show when he was like in that cave all chained up and they were like trying to eat him.
Yeah, it was. I didn't really like Rod Weiss's Titan.
Yeah.
I thought he was a very weak character in the show. Although I did appreciate Kenny Ackerman's backstory.
Um, I don't know why he like abandoned Levi. He like trained up Levi and then he just like ditched him.
You see what he said? He said he didn't think he was fit to be a father, and he knew he could take care of himself.
Yeah, but he like why did he even do all that if he was just gonna like become his enemy?
I mean, did he become his enemy, or did Levi become the enemy of the Inside Circle?
I mean, they started fighting each other. I feel like he should have been cool with Levi. I don't know why he had more allegiance to Rod.
Well, he really had more allegiance to Rod's brother. But I mean, his whole thing was trying to steal the founding Titan so he can become a Titan. Because he wanted to see if, I'm trying to think.
Well, he could have become a Titan. He turned it down. He had that. He was like dying against that tree, and he had the shot. He
Yeah,
could have taken it.
because we didn't want to become a Titan anymore once he found out that like only the Eldians of royal blood can awaken the Titan's full power.
Or he just would have been a random Titan. He wouldn't have been like one of the 9 or whatever.
Well, he would have to eat one of the 9, and so I mean, his thing was he was going to like steal the Titan serum and turn to a Titan and eat Eren himself. But when he found out that like he couldn't use the founding Titan's power, there was like no point for him to do it.
Yeah, which you're all about Levi. You got him in your background.
I
Which
do. Best character in the show. Multiple moments where he showed he was that dude.
I think he's a little overrated.
Overrated.
He's definitely like very skillful. He's definitely like chopping up tons of Titans like single handedly. But there was just some moments where I felt like he let down his team.
Nah. This dude, I mean, every time Erwin needed something, Levi was the guy he went to. Oh, who do I trust to hold the serum? Levi. Who do I trust to keep Eren under control when he turns into a Titan? Levi. Who do I trust to kill the Beast Titan while I lead my crew to their death? Levi. It was like, yo, when Eren needed somebody, it was Levi.
I just didn't like how Levi is like repeatedly letting the Beast Titan get away. I feel like Erwin, who's like the actual best character, he kind of like he went out for no reason.
Nah, he went out because he knew that his back was against the wall. And let's not forget that speech Levi gave to him that allowed him to rush to his death because he was struggling. He was struggling. He didn't know. He knew that there was a good chance he would not reach the cellar for his secret, and that was his dream. Uh,
Yeah, I was fine with everything leading up to that. I just didn't like how Levi just didn't do the one thing he needed to do, which was take out the Beast Titan.
but if he took out the Beast Titan, that only stops the war for maybe 5-10 years, and then they'd be going through the same thing. Now, how would you feel if now all of a sudden it's like a 30-year-old Levi trying to fight the new Beast Titan? We wouldn't like those odds.
Yeah, but like by letting him live, he's like conspiring with Eren now.
No, no, think about it like this. Think about if
You have no idea what would happen if you took him out right then. It could have been a better future. It could have been a worse future. I think it would have been better though.
probably would have been a worse future because you don't even know who the Beast Titan goes to. You just know it goes to a baby that ends up being born.
Yeah, but then you probably
But
don't gotta worry about it right now. It's still an enemy.
now, think about it like this though. How would you feel if you're Toby? You're like, yo, capture Naruto alive so we can steal the Jinchuriki. Do not kill Naruto. And then Pain was like, damn, you know what? Just let me go ahead and chop Naruto's head off. That would be pretty significant because
That
then
would
the
have been
Naruto
better for
Fox,
them.
huh?
That would have been better for them because Naruto ended up beating all of them.
They did, but when you're on that side, you're like, hey, look, we need all 9 Jinchurikis in order to get like the 10 tail Jiriki. You can't risk killing one and then killing the Jinchuriki along with it. You have to play to like the ultimate goal, your ultimate plan.
Yeah, but
And
I'm just saying by letting him get away. If he would have like captured him and someone would have ate him, like that's the ultimate plan. You get the Beast Titan on your side. That's great, but they didn't do that, and they let him get away. I feel like it would have been better to not let him get away.
see, but that's hindsight. That's hindsight because if they did capture him and turn him into the Beast Titan, then that would have been like it would have favored their side. It's like saying, oh, if
I didn't
Bertolt
even
would have got
realize they
a
were trying to do that. I thought he was just trying to kill him, and then
they were
he failed.
he did fail, but they were trying to get all the Titans on their side. So they tried to get Reiner. Reiner got away. I don't see you blaming Hanj for keeping him alive.
No, I like Hanj.
Yeah, but
I'm
she
glad that she's the leader over Levi now.
oh yeah. I mean, she was always next in line. Levi is that strong right hand man that you want the entire time, but you don't want him like leading your unit as the captain. But like now, even when Hanj was about to kill Bertolt, and I think it was John that convinced her not to, Reiner ended up getting away. Um, the Beast Titan came through and saved them. They could have had the Armored Titan on their side, or they could have killed him right there, and he would have been like done for. But
Yeah, I think the same thing. I feel like they should have just got rid of him too.
because like if you think about it though, because they didn't kill him, um, what who was that dude in the fourth season? Was it Marco?
Yeah, he was on the military
No,
police with the bowl cut.
not him. That was Falco. Because he didn't kill Reiner, Falco, Gabby, and Zudo, I think they had a good relationship with Reiner when he got back. And Eren was able to use Falco to like send his letters, and then eventually like end up getting Reiner convinced to go underground and blow up the entire stage. So it worked out in their favor.
No, because I don't even know if like Eren's on their side at this point. I feel like he's got his own agenda that's separate than what the rest of the Eldians on the island want.
Oh yeah, 100%. He has a different plan, but because
Like him and what's his name? Dot Pixie.
Dot Pixis.
Yeah. They're like I feel like him and Eren aren't on the same side right now.
I mean, that Pixis is just on the side of like saving civilization. Yeah, he has a good honor code. I'll give that to
So was
him.
Erwin. Like I've always been cheering for that side.
No, what do you mean? There was multiple times throughout the show where Erwin was like, "Yeah, you know what? Actually, I've been selfish because I've led dudes to their death, knowing the only thing I wanted was to find out the truth of the world." Like he openly admitted multiple times through the show that he was being selfish, but he was still leading these dudes to his death in order to like complete his selfish goal.
I think he was just being like humble. Like he didn't want to acknowledge that he does a lot.
I mean, no, he definitely does a lot, but it was like,
They're going out there exploring, like trying to learn about the Titans. Why everybody else is safe behind the wall. He's like going out there on the front lines. I wouldn't call him selfish.
no, he's not selfish, but I'll put it this way: like Levi, Eren, Mikasa, actually most of the Sky Regiment, they wanted to kill all the Titans, whereas like Erwin, he was kind of neutral towards it. He only wanted to find out the secret, and if that meant keeping Titans alive, he was willing to allow it. He was more of like actually finding the secret of the Titans and doing whatever he needed to do to get that. Whereas everyone was like, "Hey, look, we need to like kill all the Titans."
Well, I just feel like he was always seeing the bigger picture because people were wondering like, yo, should we even trust Eren? He's got all this great power that we might not be able to control. And then Erwin's like, he's honestly our only hope for survival. Like it's pretty black and white. Like we got to always make sure
Yeah.
Eren's on our side.
I'm not quite sure how like no one else didn't see that logic. It was like impossible for them to comprehend. But I was like, bro, you guys are fighting 10-meter Titans. You have a Titan on your side, and you'd rather kill that Titan and continue facing other Titans than to possibly use this like ultimate chess move in order to like somehow even the playing field.
Yeah, I really don't. I mean, Levi can do it, but that's one dude. Like most everyone's not slaughtering the Titans like he is.
That is true. Levi and Mikasa.
Most Titans probably like take out like at least two people.
Yeah, you definitely saw the Sky Regiment get like beat down throughout the entire story. Like they kept losing less people, and they kept getting like the people that replaced them wasn't as experienced. Um, so by the time Erwin's death happened, they were all like rookies.
Yeah, I didn't like how Levi when they were getting chased by the female Titan, like Petra and this old man in the scout regiment, and then some other dude. They were all like screaming at him, like, "Yo, what do we do? Like, how? What's the plan? What do we got to do?" And then Eren was about to do something reckless and just like go fight the Titan on his own because Levi wasn't saying anything. And then he never did say anything. It just like they eventually kept riding forward, and then they trapped the female Titan for like half a minute. But I just thought that was like messed up. Like your team's kind of looking to you for guidance, and you're just not saying anything to him.
Hey, look, that lets you know that he wanted them to think for themselves. He's like, bro, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna keep riding forward. You can either follow me and follow what I'm doing, or you can keep back there complaining and screaming until Annie comes and slaughters you.
He
And
could have
guess
said
who's
that. He
the
could
only
have been
one that
like,
survived?
he said, you can follow me forward, or you can fight. But he didn't say anything. Like,
I mean, some things don't need to be explained. He needed to conserve his energy in case something happened, not to be relaying like the obvious message that
what
hey,
if
look,
Eren like went out there and tried fighting her and then got captured like he always does? Like, Erwin would have been like, what the fuck happened to our
nah,
wall?
he told Eren that he could I guess he could make the decision based on his consciousness. So he gave him the independence to make whatever decision he wanted to.
After they asked like 10 times, and
He had to think for a little bit.
yeah, I just felt like he's clearly powerful. I feel like he'd be able to survive on his own. But as far as being a leader, like I think it was obvious that it had to be Hanj
I mean,
afterwards.
of course, it had to be Hunch. I mean, you saw him when Aaron gave him the Titan serum. He was like, "Yo, are you sure you want to give it to me?" He clearly like he played his role, but he didn't ask for any like leadership responsibilities, and he didn't like do anything outside of his lane. He stayed in his lane, and he stayed in his lane masterfully.
Yeah, but I just felt like he was kind of like Mikasa the whole show. Like they're both just like badass, but as far as shaping the direction of the show, I feel like they didn't really have huge roles.
What you mean?
Other than he lets the Beast Titan get away.
He was the only person that can get close to the Beast Titan. Without him, no one's taking the Beast Titan down. The Beast Titan is ravaging everybody.
Hey, without him, the same thing would have happened. Like
No,
with him, the Beast Titan got away. Without him, the Beast Titan gets away.
no. But without him, the Beast Titan is killing Flock. The Beast Titan is going over that wall, and he's massacring Eren. And then Eren is trapped fighting two different Titans. He's done for. And he saves Reiner and probably kills Hanj in the process. Like they all get slaughtered if
he did just enough to make the Beast Titan flee.
to be fair though, he did not see the. I don't know what Titan it was, the cart Titan.
Yeah,
he did not see that one just coming out the cut.
What's her name? Peak.
Peak, yeah.
Yeah, but she's kind of cool. I think it's funny how they like strap all those weapons onto her. She's got like all like the machine gun turrets on. Like
it definitely makes it again, it definitely gives that Titan an advantage, but you can clearly tell it's one of the weaker Titans
on its own. But I think when they like put all those like there's other humans that are like riding on top of her, like working together with her. So
it's true. But like on its own, like if you took it like pound for pound, like the 9 Titans.
Yeah. If you're just going like Titan versus Titan, it would lose. But if you put if you put like 3 humans on her, like put 2 machine guns on her shoulders and 1 on her head or something.
That's true. Well, I mean, if you do that with Eren, I think it's going to dominate the playing field.
Oh, I just feel like the way Eren, like all the other Titans move upright, she can like kind of walk on all 4s.
That is true. That does give her an advantage.
It's almost like she's like a horse, and they're just like putting weapons on her.
Because I think that was the Titan that Marcel was when they first went to the island. When it was her, when it was Reiner, Annie, Bertolt, and Marcel. I think Marcel was that car Titan because they were actually going to ride him. In order to like,
he got eaten by Ymir though, right?
Yes.
So wouldn't it be whatever Titan she is?
Oh yeah, what Titan was she? The Jaw Titan?
No, I don't know what her Titan was called.
Let's see.
Yeah, we can look it up, and I'll whatever the answer is.
She's the Jaw Titan.
Okay. Which they Eren messed up the. Well, I guess the Jaw Titan's still alive, but he used the Jaw Titan to get that. He got like the Warhammer or whatever.
That was funny. He said, "Oh, bet."
Yeah. Dude, see, if he had gotten another one, the show would have been over.
See, I thought he was going to eat the Jaw Titan and then use the jaws in order to eat the Founding Titan.
Yeah, I mean, he got 1 extra power, right?
Yeah, dude, the Warhammer Titan, that changed the playing field.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if he got another one on top of that.
Oh, yeah, no, if he got the Armor Titan after that.
Yeah. Or even just the Jaw, because it's 1 less person he has to fight.
It's 1 less person he has to fight, but like he can still
and he gets to use the power, so it's like he gets stronger and they get weaker.
No, but the thing is with the Jaw Titan though, if you really have like 2 fists and you can use hardening and you like have really good like hand combat skills, who's he going to be biting on his mouth? He would probably use that in a crutch, but I think the other Titans would help him more.
Oh yeah, but I was just saying just to have another power and for them not to have a power.
But the shooter does help out.
Yeah, because now they still got like I don't know, 4 or 5.
I think they have 4 left. Yeah, Peak, the Beast Titan,
the Jaw,
the
Armor,
and the Armor. So those are the ones they have left. And then the Eldians have kind of Eren. If you want to, like, he's still on that side, sort of. They have Eren, and then they have the not the Armor Titan, the Colossal Titan.
Yeah.
But you do have Annie, who's still in her little crystal.
Yeah, they're keeping her around, but they don't really show her that much. So
I'd say they still showed her in the cellar when Armin tried to visit her and touch her to see if he can like sense her memories. But that was the only time I saw her in
he's
season
got
four.
Berto's memories now, so I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that's partially why he wanted to go.
You want to go save?
But what do
Yeah,
you
well,
what do you
she's
think of
still in the
Gabby?
show. You know what? At first, I thought Gabby easily bottom five character. I hated her more than any other character in the show, and she annoyed me like as soon as she was on the screen. Um, do you have an opinion on her?
Yeah, I kind of like her character, at least what she brings to the show, because I feel like she's kind of like Eren was when Eren was younger, and
Yes,
then
very. But
she when she like makes her way to the island, she kind of sees like the way she brought up isn't like the way the world actually is.
that is true. Like, she got like a little bit of character development there, but I was like, she actually does get a lot of comparisons to Eren. Eren acted when he was younger, but to me, I mean, Eren was like trying to kill Titans who he like saw eat his mom, who he's seen eat people that he actually knows. And like these Titans are like mindlessly eating them, and they don't even have a chance to escape. Gabby, she was hating the same people as her that just happened to be born in a different place. Like she was like, oh, I'm a good Eldian and all the others are bad Eldians. And she had never met any of the other Eldians. And then she was like, oh, I need to kill all those bad Eldians so the good ones remain. I mean, her logic was flawed. And to me, like the stakes weren't the same.
Well, in her mind, aren't like the Eldians threatening the whole world with their like the the Titans in the wall that they can just unleash at any moment?
that's what she's been told. So
Yeah. Well,
she
she's still just
blindly
a
believed
kid.
that.
I feel like kids are definitely more prone to
I
blindly
mean,
believe something.
but I also felt that like Falco, who was in the exact same situation as her, I mean, he saw that they were good people. He was able to be like, oh look, you know what? Some of what Marley is telling us isn't adding up. He was able to like differentiate between like who was good, who was bad, and dude, did you not see when that cook was like, oh, are you the one who killed? Did you kill like a female soldier? My dude Falco in the exact second saw where that was going. He could clearly read the room, and she was happy. She was like, oh yeah, I'm the one who shot the female soldier. I'm the one who killed her. And I was like, bruh, like there was clearly a barrier. There's a reason why Falco picked up on it, and she did it. And I'm just like, all right, because of that, she clearly put my dude Falco in multiple situations where he could end up dead. Basically, made him
Well, she thought that guy was on their side because he was Marley and the guy that
oh
smacked him with the bottle.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. But it's crazy how she thought that guy was on her side. But as soon as Falco heard his tone of voice, he instantly knew that she should probably stop talking, keep her mouth shut.
Yeah, she might not be the smartest character, but I just feel like she brought an interesting twist to the show.
Oh, yeah, she definitely did. I definitely hate her a little bit for like killing Sasha. Because first off, even
She
that
made me
luck,
like Sasha more.
I did like I appreciated Sasha more after her death, but it would have never occurred to me that they would just like randomly kill her off.
I don't really like these shows where like no one dies. Like we watched Bleach before this. Like who really died in Bleach that was like a good guy?
I mean, Okiura was kind of like neutral.
But like none of the captains died. I feel like none of the lieutenants died. Not like no one of any significance died, and I feel like that kind of makes shows, even like Naruto, none of the main characters other than I don't know if I want to spoil. You should have seen Naruto by now.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
other than Neji, like no one died, and Neji didn't die till like the show was already trash.
What about Itachi? I would kind of consider him like a good guy.
That's like
The third
yeah,
Hokage, the third Hokage was running the show up until Orochimaru had to kill him.
yeah. So Naruto did a better job of it than Bleach, but like Attack on Titan, they're killing what's his name, Hannes, the blonde haired dude that guard the wall.
Oh yeah, Hannes. All right, so
Yeah,
that was
yeah. They got rid of him. They got rid of Eren's mom. They got rid of Eren's dad. They got rid of like in that very first battle when like Eren had to save Armin. Like there was a ton of people that died just in like their first real fight.
to be fair though.
Tons of people died when Bertolt broke the wall down. Like they had a lot of characters die in the show, and I feel like I'm not saying like I like seeing characters die, but I just feel like it adds to the show when you like don't know who's gonna make it to the end. Whereas in Bleach, like everyone made it to the end.
Everyone made it to the end because it was just that good.
I guess.
I mean, one of the captains died. Was it Tozen, the one that was blind?
Tozen. Oh, yeah, but
Or was that?
he was like an enemy at that point.
Who was? I mean, he defected, but like he was at one time
Yeah,
one
I
of
was
the
just
good
saying like
guys.
no good guys died.
Trying to think.
Cause they're living in a dangerous world, but they all live. Like
Well,
I don't see how that works.
so I will say that I have not to put any spoilers out there, but I did read a little bit ahead after like the actual anime series ended, and people do end up dying later on in the story. That's all I'll say on that.
And Bleach.
Yeah, some of the good guys,
Yeah, yeah, whatever. We can.
but we don't know.
This show is way better than Bleach.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. Like this has like this can go down like a top 10 anime to me.
Yeah, I think so far I would put it in my top 10. Um, I really enjoyed it when Erwin was alive. For me, the show, I mean, he was my favorite character, so I feel like the show dropped off a little bit after they got rid of him. Because
You got to choose the guy that got like ran up on.
yeah, my favorite scene was when well, I have lots of scenes I like with Erwin in it, but when he's just like charging on his horse and then he randomly gets snatched in that Titan's mouth by his arm.
Yes, and he was like, "What did I say?"
He's just telling him to charge forward. And then there was another scene where like I think they might have been non-scouts. I don't know why they were with them. They could have been in the scouts, but I think they were a different regiment, and they were all outside the wall. And then I sent you the video of it. The guy's like, the guy's about to get attacked. He's like, Erwin, did you use us as bait?
Oh yes.
And he's like, no, that was not my intention, but good job doing your job till the end.
So in the sub definitely did that one better. In the dub, I forgot what was said, but it was like it was the same to that effect, but it was worded a little bit differently. It was like they knew that it was part of his plan, and they were still kind of like mad at him. But he was just like, as your scout, it's your duty to. It is your job, like to fulfill your duty. He just kept running off.
Yeah, he's just like, it wasn't my plan to get you killed, but keep fighting till the end.
Honestly, it definitely had more of an impact than that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Eren was part of a lot of epic moments. I also felt like they put my dude Levi in a hard place when he had to choose between to revive him or to revive Armin. What are your thoughts on that? Should he have revived Armin or should he have revived Eren?
Now I wanted him to revive Armin because I honestly feel like that's what Erwin would have wanted.
That's true.
And
it was
there's no potential to ruin his character now. Like Erwin was the goat, and then he died, and I mean his character is not going to get ruined. So
that is true. I mean, I feel like the way he was, his trajectory. If he would have survived, he would have had like a good role throughout the show. I don't think they could have ruined his character.
I think he even
But
looked, the way they drew him as a child was even kind of funny to me because he just looked like a little man. He didn't even really look like a kid to me
that's true.
because he had
It
like
really
the
kept, it
same
really
exact
kept him the
face.
same.
Yeah.
But imagine the weight he was carrying, knowing the question he asked got his father killed. Quite a burden. Quite a burden.
It just showed him how messed up the world is.
Hey, that's why he had to find the secret of the times because of that.
What do you think of Eren's dad?
I mean, I think I think you can debate whether you think he was a good or bad guy. I mean, he did what he had to do, but I got to give it to him. I don't know. he his story was definitely self inflicted, right? I don't know what he thought was going to. All right, I can understand you didn't think that your sister was going to die, but I don't know what he thought was going to happen with them charging out the gate with the gate security guard there. Like he has to get back into the place. So either way, that was dumb of him to leave the city without like having any tickets or without permission because, bro, they clearly have you locked down. They clearly are like watching you guys. You can't like disobey any laws. So that's definitely his fault for taking his sister and running past the security gate, getting her killed. Fast forward to like when he's a grown up, um, and then for some reason he did the same thing Eren did. So I guess like father like son. When he saw his wife turn into a titan, he like gave up. The guy told him the story. Hey, look, I'm actually the attack titan. Based on what you've shown me, I want you to inherit my titan and save us. And he's like, no, I can't do it. It's over. Like, bro, get your ass up, take the titan, and like let's get on with this. I don't understand why he broke down when like he had already lost everything. He might as well keep on going.
Then
Uh,
Eren ate him, right?
Yet and Eren ate him. That was actually well, Eren ate him like much later after he got the Titan, and then he went to go get the founding Titan. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I didn't realize Eren ate him at first.
yeah,
I
he
thought he
was,
was just like wandering around out there, but that's how Eren got his power, right? He just ate his dad.
which was pretty bold, because we're talking about a guy who instead of doing it himself, he forced it on both of his sons in order to save the Titans. He said, "You know what?
Uh,
I,
he he didn't force anything on his other son. His other son snitched on him.
what you talking about Zeke?
Yeah, he ratted him out.
He got him out because for the first 10 years of this dude's life, he was saying he was trash and he had to into the military to become a Marley soldier in order to turn into a Titan. He made him study. He like beat him down, and made him do something that he didn't want to do.
Yeah,
He
and then
snitched on him.
Zeke pulled a Suzaku.
I mean, look, he was a kid though. Like Gabby, the kids see it from a different perspective. They don't see the bigger picture yet, like you were saying.
Yeah, I just feel bad for Grisha because like how his sister went out, that was bad, and then he like tried telling his parents about it, and they're like they didn't want to fight back. They're like, see what happened because you did that. Like they weren't even mad at like the situation they were in. They were like mad that he like broke the rule. They weren't mad at the rule. They were mad that he broke the rule.
I mean, it's kind of a catch 22.
And
Like,
then his son ratted him out later. So I just felt like, dude, like your family's letting you down.
yeah, I
Your
mean,
sister was the real one, and unfortunately, she died because
there was they definitely weren't the best parents. I mean, they should have listened to Grisha a little bit, but at the same time, uh, I mean, if I have like two kids, there's titans roaming outside. I tell my kid, hey, look, whatever you do, don't go in the forest because there's titans out there. And then my son takes his sister out to the forest. She gets eaten by a titan, and he comes back. I'm gonna be like, "What shit? Like, what do you want me to do? I can't do anything. It's titans. They took your sister and ate her because you took her while I told you not to take her."
yeah, I could understand that situation, but in this situation, it was like other humans that are
I mean, but they're essentially slaves. Like, if they
yeah. So
it was,
his parents like weren't mad that they were slaves. They were mad that he like chased the
It was
hot
like,
air balloon, and like that one guy was gonna let him go. The owl or whatever, he was gonna let him go. It was just like that fat dude that
oh yeah, the one got her killed. I mean,
yeah, fed him to the dogs, and they like weren't even mad at that guy.
I don't think they didn't know that guy fed him to the dogs. Only the owl knew. And then Grisha learned about it. But it was kind of like
And then his
they
son
were,
ratted him out, and I thought it was funny when Eren was Kruger, and then his I guess that would be his grandpa that like came up and sat down next to him, and he's just like freaking out. He was like, "This all could have been avoided. It's all my
I was
fault."
about to say it was very interesting how it was grandpa sitting like next to him. He didn't really it felt like he didn't really care about his grandpa, which I understand because he hadn't
Oh, I mean, I
killed him at
wonder if
all.
they even knew. Eren might have known, but that guy definitely didn't. I don't think he knew.
Oh yeah, that guy didn't know, but Aaron definitely knew who he was.
Yeah,
But lets you know that the craziness runs in the family. All of them are crazy.
yeah. I just don't really. I'm not really a big fan of Zeke because I'm surprised that like him and Eren are like bonding. I mean, I guess I don't know how that's
But
gonna
yeah,
play out, but it seems like they're working together.
I say what you mean. This dude Grisha for saving the Titans on both his sons. Like he forced saving it on Zeke. Like he was like, hey, look, you're gonna save the Titan race. You're gonna go over there, get the founding Titan. Made him like study, read books, become a Marleyan soldier, all that. Zeke turns him in. This dude gets the attack Titan, goes all the way to Paradis Island, and meets somebody, has a kid with her, and does the exact same thing with his son. Like, hey, look, you're gonna have to save the Titans. So he goes to the founding Titan's power, eats her, gets her power, and then made his son eat him and erased his memories so he wouldn't be able he wouldn't remember until much later on down the line. The dude made a lot of choices for his kids. Um like he definitely made some like permanent decisions. Getting his sister killed was a permanent decision. Like he
Yeah, turning Eren into a Titan was a permanent decision.
and he definitely had like a huge hand in the events that led up to his son snitching on him. So it was kind of like he was never the best at making decisions, but I guess it might work out.
Yeah, he was pretty hard on Zeke because like he was watching him like do that like sprint or whatever. And then he realizes his son's the slowest and he's like petrified.
You
He's
should,
like, there's no way that's my son.
if you could fit that scene in here, like you should put that scene because he turned around, walked away, and then if you remember later on that night, he was calling him trash and said he has no hope of becoming the soldier or becoming a Titan at this rate, and his son was overhearing him say that.
Yeah, and he was like he thought of that other guy as more of a father that he was like playing baseball with or whatever.
Oh
Like
yeah,
a
Mr.
casual.
Saber
Yeah.
or Christopher, how do you pronounce his name?
I don't even
Um,
remember his name, but
it was spelled Ksaver, but I don't remember if the K was silent. Um, but I mean, he actually was one of the more important characters in the story. He gave my dude the Titan.
yeah, he was all right. What what was your favorite fight in the show or battle?
Ooh, it's tough because actually my favorite battles involved not really the Titan on Titan fight, but Levi taking out the Beast Titan. I enjoyed that one. I wish not Armin. Um, I wish Amy and Aaron had fought longer, but that one was kind of like a one-sided fight.
Well, Eren ended up like getting some good hits in.
He did, but like, didn't that end with his head completely severed or half his head gone?
Yeah, because she could harden. I feel like that was one of the better powers.
I'd say he wasn't that experienced yet, so there wasn't that good of a fight. But I thought they had a potential to be the best fight in the series at that time. I feel like I'm forgetting some other ones. Well, which ones did you like?
I mean, I definitely like that one. Um, maybe not the actual like Titan on Titan fight, but like the build up of them like just riding on the horses and shooting the smoke in the air.
Yeah, that was like yeah. I guess my favorite scene along that end was actually Levi hopping from Titan to Titan, like getting to the Beast Titan.
Yeah, no, that was epic. And then he just like didn't execute. He let him get away.
You telling me that you're not going to play with your prey for a little bit after you take them out? Like they're sitting there, no arms and legs. You got the sword in his mouth, and you're like, bro, you killed all my teammates. I'm about to sever you. Actually, I'm gonna let you get eaten alive. Like you got all the power in that situation.
I did think it was cool when later on in the show when he's like I guess watching over Zeke. Like he has Zeke in his camp and they're all in the woods and then just everyone around him turns into Titans and Zeke starts running away. And then Levi has to like pretty much kill all his teammates because they like drank the wine or whatever, or they got his spinal fluid in them.
Yes, I thought it was funny when he like chased down the Beast Titan. He was like, "You thought I would hesitate because you turned a few of my friends to the Titans. You have no idea how many friends I had to kill."
Yeah.
And then he quickly takes him out.
Yeah, so I will give him props for that because he did like he murked all of them.
I'm so glad he was one of the ones that didn't like wine because
Yeah.
I mean that was so funny when the dude was like, "Hey, look, what happened to all the wine?" And he was like, "When every last drop of it is gone," and then you just see this dude booking in the other direction, screaming.
I did like that battle when I think it was like all the side characters like Connie. I don't know if Sasha was there.
I don't know if
Yeah,
Sasha was there either,
I
but
think
Ymir was.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about when they were like
Yeah.
at that tower at night and
Mm-hmm.
then those other like two random captains or lieutenants or whatever they ended up getting killed.
When that woman was like, "I promise, Dad, I'll be a good girl," I was like, "Damn, her life is really flashing before her eyes."
Yeah.
I mean, that was actually pretty dope. They gave them the screen time. I guess that allowed for us to care about those side characters. Because I actually started to feel for Ymir at that point.
Oh, I remember I thought Petra was going to be a cool character and then she like got slaughtered by Annie and then that guy's dad or her dad was coming up to Levi when he got back
Yeah, I was
and
like,
saying how
yo,
much she looked up to him.
but Levi's face, it was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I kind of felt sad because I really wish they would have kept that scout regiment. Um, but they actually got finished pretty early.
There's a lot of sad scenes in this show, like the pull at your heartstrings. But
That is true. I'm trying to remember who else when they.
I mean lots of Eren's speeches when he just starts like crying and getting angry. Like I was like, dang dude.
I'm trying to remember when they went back and saw, was it the commander, the commandant that that Eren had saw in his dad's past. So they had to go to him to figure out what his part was in the past. And he ended up like actually liking Eren's father's wife. Yeah. Or Eren's mom.
Yeah.
But I kind of felt for him for that one. But he should have said something. Or he should have became a doctor.
I don't know. He just never told that girl that he liked her.
That is also true.
If you just sit on the sidelines, then you're not going to play.
To be fair though, he also wanted to see like what was on the other side of the wall. He wanted that freedom. Then came the unfortunate. Like what was it? He said he found
yeah, wasn't he the captain? And then he had to like pass it down to Erwin.
Yeah, because he wasn't that good at it. There was something where like he had found that he actually wasn't the chosen one.
Well, he wasn't. I think it's just like his teammates were dying.
Yeah,
I thought Erwin could do a better job.
Well, his teammates was dying, and I think they showed scenes when they were coming back into the city, and all of them was like praising how good Erwin was doing, and saying that he needed to be promoted.
Which what was your favorite regiment or your favorite military group?
Well, it got to be the Scout Regiment every time. Yeah. They had the most personality. They had the best people.
Well,
Maybe not the most.
which one do you think you would be in? Like, do you think you'd be in the Scouts? I wouldn't want to be in the Scouts.
Ooh, oh, that's tough.
I mean, I think they're the coolest by far, but like, I don't know if I'd want to be on the front lines like that.
If I was good, I would want to. No, it's kind of hard because unless you were an Ackerman, there's a good chance you don't survive.
Yeah,
Hmm. I would probably. Ooh, would I be in the Scouts or would I be inside the walls?
I would want to be on the wall. I wouldn't want to be the military police. I feel like there's too much politics, and all of them ended up being soft,
Yeah, no,
except for the corrupt ones.
I would probably be in the Scout Regiment. I feel like I would have the most freedom, and I would get to do like I'd be away from all the political stuff.
Yeah, I think I would want to be like on the wall. I thought it was pretty funny when they like made that like guillotine type weapon where they're just like like throwing the log on their like their necks.
On their nape. That hurt.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
It was really cool how they showed the I guess like the process of like their weapons improving over time.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they did show like quite a few inventions. Like they showed that. They showed like when they found the spears in order to pierce the armor titan's armor.
The thunder spears or
thunder spears.
They never got guns, did they? Because when they went to Marley, they were like getting fucked up.
No, I
mean I mean they fucked them up. Like they won that fight, but they were still like shooting guns and like kind of wrecking.
I was about to say, yeah, I think they were introduced to the guns, but I'm not sure it became like their main weapons.
Yeah, they were still using the swords, I think.
Well, I know when they were doing the flashback in season 4.
Or Sasha had the gun; she sniped one of them.
Yeah. I was about to say when they did the flashback and the guns were brought to the island, they like didn't know how far advanced their technology was. And I mean, I guess the girl did, or not, Gabby. She did take one of the guns, I guess from that dead soldier when she had to board that ship to shoot him.
Yeah.
Which that's another thing why I didn't like. It was kind of like, how do you expect this to end up? A ship came through. You guys got decimated. Like they came through, killed a bunch of you guys. Eren ate the Warhammer Titan. Reiner's out of commission. You've lost like a Titan. And they're leaving on this ship. And you're telling me by yourself you're going to fly up in this ship and do something? Like what did she think the outcome was?
She was fueled by rage, dude.
She was fueled by rage. And yes, but Falco was like, hey, look, this isn't a smart idea.
What do you think about Falco then? He knew it wasn't smart and he went up there.
No, he tried to stop her from going up there and grabbed her, and then boom, she hit the button.
I think he like jumped on and grabbed her.
I mean, but at that point, it was like he clearly likes her. He clearly also doesn't want her to like kill herself. She just has a one-track mind, and she consistently put Falco in like harm's way to like possibly get killed. I think if Falco didn't know Gabby, his life would be infinitely better. I'll say that. I'll say if you removed Gabby,
he definitely wouldn't become the armored titan though, because I feel like she motivates him.
I mean, would becoming the armored titan improve his life?
I don't know. Isn't that what his goal was? Isn't that what he's trying to do?
I mean, I got it as he was only trying to do it so like Gabby wouldn't have to like hold that.
And I think eventually that's what it became. After he saw that like she's probably gonna get it. But when he like first signed up to be a soldier, he probably didn't even know Gabby. Or if he did, I don't think he was thinking that far ahead.
I think he was kind of thinking like that the entire. Well, yeah, no, because I'm pretty sure in the flashback, they said it saw that he was in the flashback. They had Reiner still like not Reiner. What's his name?
And Gabby's friends got killed right in front of her too. When Eren showed up, so like a lot of that, I think that was fueling her actions as well. She wanted revenge. for her friends dying, just like Eren wanted revenge when his mom died.
That is true. That is true. But I'll raise you this: when Eren saw his mom eaten by a Titan before his very eyes, did he punch Hans, take Hans' weapon, and then try to go fight the Titan?
He probably would have if he was a little stronger.
I
Hans
mean,
just like kind of scooped him up and like ran away.
well, so somehow this girl Gabby was able to get a gun, run through half the city. No one stopped her.
Well, dude,
Was
she had
able.
way more kills than Eren did at her age.
She did. She did. She was a trained. She was a trained soldier.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't think that like if Eren was let go at the end, he would go up to that Titan with only a gun and try to take the Titan out.
I don't even remember what happened to that blonde guy that was giving the speech.
What blonde guy?
He was like part of that faction. He said he was going to give a speech, and he was like telling his wife like he wasn't going to be back.
Oh, we took him out. I think his name was Will Tybur.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, no, what do you mean he got killed?
Okay, yeah, I didn't remember. That's probably why I didn't remember seeing him.
Yeah, okay. I'll have to say they should have like expanded that scene a little bit more. But when Eren turned into a Titan, he was the first one that he ate.
Yeah, I remember now. I thought that Asian lady they introduced into the story that's like related to Mikasa. I feel like that's kind of random.
Oh yeah, I forgot what her name was. They clearly lean into like the political activities heavy in the back end of season 4.
And apparently Mikasa can't even like think for herself. Like she has to do whatever. She has to like protect the founding Titan or whatever. Or protect.
What do you mean? The Ackerman blood.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of ridiculous. So like, I feel like some of the stuff they just introduced in the newer season, it's definitely like taking the show in a different direction. And well, I mean, I'll have to see how it ends. Like, I might like the ending, but I just definitely I feel like I enjoyed the beginning the most.
Definitely did enjoy the beginning, but they did introduce the Ackerman thing with Kenny.
Yeah, but then they weren't saying like, oh, these guys like can't think for themselves when they're given a direct order.
I'm not sure how true that part was. I just know that they were like supposed to protect like the king or whatever. And so since
she stopped Armin from fighting.
Yeah, but you have to remember, Eren has some of that royal blood, the royal king's blood in him. Well, actually, yeah, he's the one in possession of it. He just can't access the full power. So if her Ackerman blood still sees him as like the person who holds the Fountain Titan's power, then she would act on it.
Dude, he should have used that on Levi. Levi was like beating him up the whole show.
I mean, she could have. We don't even know like what are the conditions for it being activated. Like it could have been like if another member swung at him, Levi would come in and save the day.
Maybe. Well, what other characters did you like other than Levi?
I would say Hans was up there. Oh, who else did I have? I would say Hans, Armin, and Doc Pixis.
So that's and Levi's number 1.
Levi's number 1.
And then what you like throw Sasha at 5 or something?
No, Sasha's actually number 6. I have Captain Erwin up there as well.
Oh yeah, of course, he's number 1. I like Hans also. And then after that, it kind of like. I mean, I did like Armin. I don't know if I like him as much in the newer season because I feel like he's not really playing that big of a role.
Yeah, he turned into the Colossal Titan and then just like that was his main role or the main part that he had in there. But besides that, he hasn't had a lot of screen time.
Yeah, I mean, like he used the Colossal Titan when they invaded. Like he messed up all those boats. But other than that, he hasn't really done much. And then we were also talking like they kind of like wrote Historia out of the show too.
They did. They got her pregnant, and they just said, "That's it." And then they gave us some whack ass backstory on how she like met the guy that
I don't even know who the guy is. Like I would have thought it would have been a main character, like like Gene or something.
That should have been
or Connie or someone.
no, it should have been Eren. They had a little something going on when he
That would
was
have
like,
made it
oh.
interesting because Mikasa would have been pissed, so that could have added something to the show.
I mean, I knew from season one that like Mikasa and Eren was never going to end up with each other.
I didn't. I thought there was potential.
I did not think there was any potential. I thought there was a potential leading up to the moment where it looked like they were about to kiss, but like outside of that, he is
That
not
was pretty
shooting.
far into the show, though.
Huh?
That was pretty far into the show, though.
Yeah, but it was kind of like it was hanging on by a thread up until that moment, and I was like, oh, maybe there is something there. But then after that, it just went like completely out the window based on the story they were taking it.
I just remembered. I like that scene. I think it's in the first season where they're like on that like elevator thing, and they all have like the rifles, and then they all start like
Oh yeah,
shooting that one Titan, and then they all like the rest of them are like jumping in from the shadows to try and slash up their necks.
say didn't one of them miss?
That was like right before they found out that Eren was a Titan, I think.
I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure like one of the
one of them missed, and then
it was Sasha. She missed.
Was it? I think
it was Sasha or Connie. One of those.
Yeah, I think it was a girl, so it was probably her.
It was Sasha, and Mikasa came and saved her because I remember like her crying like, "Oh, I can't believe you saved me, Mikasa." And they were like, "They said the
Sasha was
job's not
definitely
done."
a good character. She had a lot of comedy relief in the show. And then
I feel like
Eren's just laughing when she dies.
see, to me, when I'm watching that scene, it looks like he's laughing to cover up the pain because before he starts laughing, you can clearly see the look of shock on his face.
I thought he was laughing just because like of course that's what she would say, like that kind of laugh, like
Nah.
like
Go back and look at
it kind of like summed up like her personality, like that would be something typical of her to say. So I felt like he was like, I didn't even think it was like an evil laugh, but Connie was and Jean were really pissed about it.
where I would say go back and look at that scene after he says that that was her last words. You see his eyes like go wide. It looks like he's about to cry, and then he starts laughing. And I was like, it was definitely to cover it up.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like malicious, but then they brought it up talking to Armin and Mikasa.
Yeah, it was very and obviously I don't know like I don't know the mentality obviously of growing up with like having like Titans eat you and like hunt you down every day. But it definitely feels like they were missing some of like the obvious signs that you would be able to like tell. Uh like it sounded like they were missing a lot of obvious social cues because it was kind of like he clearly isn't laughing like in a mean way, but they still thought he was dirt, and thought that he didn't care about Sasha dying when he clearly did. So they were bad on picking up social cues throughout the show, or at least Gabby was. Gabby gets a 0 out of 10. She picked up on no social cues at all.
Well, yeah, but she has like no idea what's going on. She's like, I thought you guys were supposed to be evil, but you guys are like kind of just like normal people.
Bro, my dude Falco essentially told her to her face that he liked her, and she didn't know what he was talking about. What you mean? It was so obvious. Like everyone else in the entire scene saw that.
She might not like him, so that was just how she reacted.
I mean, I feel like if she didn't like him, it would have been even. She should have been even more been able to tell that was what he was trying to do.
I don't know. She was an all right character. I don't think she was as bad as maybe you think she was, but she wasn't like great.
I mean, can you name a worse character in the show than her? Because I can't.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but whoever that guy in the military police that was given Eren shit for reviving Armin.
Oh, Flock. Oh my goodness, bruh. I really wish they would have killed him.
Yeah, I don't like that character at all.
I mean, those are the two worst characters. They're not that far apart. To me, they're interchangeable.
I think Gabby's way better than that guy. I think they are far apart. they can both be like in a race that takes like 10 minutes, like, everyone finishes in 10 minutes. Like maybe Gabby finishes like 15 minutes, and that guy's finishing like days later. Like he's way he's way back there.
No. I think it's much closer. Um, he definitely he was the most annoying one. He was the most annoying one, but I didn't hate him as much as Gabby. So his
Yeah,
character was more
I don't really
annoying.
like Hitch that much either, but she's not as bad as he was.
Which one was Hitch?
I think that was the girl that remember Marco? Like they kind of had a thing. She was like the girl in the
Oh,
military police.
yeah. I mean, it was just like those characters to me play like such a small role that like
They kept her around. She's like kind of in the newer episodes.
she didn't have enough screen time for me to like warrant her being me hating her as the other characters.
I liked
I,
Marco. I felt like he was kind of like Eren too.
Marco was pretty cool. I did like Marco. I'm trying to think if there really any other character that I disliked.
I didn't like Reiner for a lot of the show. I like the older version of Reiner better than the younger.
I mean, I was slightly positive on Reiner. I liked his character. I thought he was better than Bertolt.
Oh, for sure.
I just thought Bertolt whined a lot. To me, Reiner wasn't a bad villain. Like he wasn't a bad guy to have on the other side. And I thought him and Eren had like a little rivalry
I guess
between his.
since I was watching it for the first time, I didn't even know he was a villain for like most of the time.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I kind of thought when he kidnapped Eren that he was on the bad side.
Oh, I mean, like after the scenes with the female Titan, I knew he was bad, but everything prior to that, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. But I kind of like liked him because I feel like he played his role well. What I didn't like is I didn't like Flock out here. Somehow he was the only one that survived. Could have been anybody else. And then he like slams.
He's like high up in Eren's new squad.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He definitely flopped over to their side. But like, I mean, his whole idea of bringing Erwin back was just so he can like live this hell a little bit more. And I don't know how any of them couldn't see that like Armin wasn't just as bright and as good as a strategist as Erwin was. But even like after that, he was still annoying throughout the rest of the show. Like every scene that he had, it felt like he was whiny. Uh,
I was in favor of bringing back Armin also because like he's not going to be the leader, so I actually feel like you would have him longer on your team.
oh,
Whereas
I wasn't.
whereas Erwin, like him being like one of the smartest and he's always on the front lines, like you could lose him at any time. Whereas Armin's probably gonna chill back. Maybe not now that he's a Titan, but like before.
Truth be told, everyone would be the Titan and he'd be on the front lines dominating.
Yeah, I don't know. I just was I didn't really care because I figured if he stayed alive, there was potential to ruin his character, and now no matter what, I can say Erwin was the best.
I was with bringing Armin back. I didn't like how Flock. The only reason Flock wanted to bring Irvin back was so he can live the hell anymore. Um,
I don't
and
like
then he,
him. I don't like Yelena or whatever that blonde girl is.
oh yeah, Galena. She was
I don't really like anyone on Eren's team right now because I don't like Zeke either.
she was pretty interesting. I mean, I think Zeke had a tough past. I get. I think Zeke to me he's kind of like a funny character, because he clearly has like a biased way of thinking, or there's just some logic missing, but he still operates like he's kind of like he's in control of everything. But then you quickly find out that he actually isn't the top dog.
Yeah, I don't know.
I said when they introduced him, it made it seem like he was the one behind the master plan, but quickly you find out that he was down in the ranks of Marley, and he actually wasn't in good favor with them.
You think Jean's a cool character?
Oh, you mean? Oh, they pronounced it John the dub, but I'm not sure which one is correct. I thought he was decent. I was slightly positive to him.
I think
I mean,
I liked him more as the show progressed. I didn't really like him in the beginning because I was a big fan of Eren in the beginning.
Yeah,
He's kind of like button heads with him being a douche. But
it's
then,
because we like Mikasa.
yeah. And then as Eren started to become less cool, I think John became cooler.
I'd say I did like John more as the show went along. I feel like his character kind of like started low, but like he grew with the show.
Yeah, and like I feel like his peers think he's really strong. He just like maybe wasn't as motivated in the beginning or as confident maybe.
He definitely came a long way.
Yeah. There's not really too many other points I think I need to make. Was there?
I think that's all I think I have. So overall, like, what do you rate the show? Would you recommend it?
Definitely would recommend it. I think it would have to be at least an 8. Like it could be higher. So far, I definitely like the beginning a lot better. Like the beginning was like a 9 or a 10 for me.
See that?
Maybe a 9. But yeah, they're just I mean, obviously they're like the writer probably had this in mind the whole time, but like I didn't see a lot of what happened in the last season. I didn't see a lot of that coming. It almost like completely changed the show because they went from fighting Titans to fighting other humans.
They did.
Featuring Titans. There's some Titans involved. And
Hey,
then even we didn't even really talk about like the background of like how the Titans were being. They're just like injecting them and they're becoming Titans.
those are for like the lower level Titans, though.
Yeah, the one guy's like the guy that killed Grisha's sister. He's like, yeah, I thought it would be interesting.
That was funny. That was like, damn, bro. Said it
No.
wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah, he's like, it's like, why am I doing this? I don't know. Why not?
I did overall like the Secret of the Titans. I think it was to me. I think it allowed it to expand the story. Because otherwise you'd be dealing with like a goblin. Is it Goblin Slayer? You're just slaying goblins.
Yeah, I love Goblin Slayer.
It's
It's not trying to be anything it's not.
Exactly. Where it was like, it would have been cool if they were just like, slaying Titans, but I think the secret of like, the Titans are actually humans that can turn into Titans. I thought that was a really good twist. I just wish they would have told they would have had a better way of telling that in the story.
Yeah, I just didn't really necessarily like that they're on an island. But I mean that's the situation. That's where they're at.
Island, 3 walls.
I just don't know why everyone's so afraid of them if they're on an island.
Well, to the world, they think there's like 10 million Titans inside the walls.
Can they like travel across the water though?
That's a good question. I mean,
they were dropping Titans on people like bombs, but that they were like injecting them or not injecting them. They were like activating them like in midair. They weren't like Titans on the plane.
That is true. I mean, I guess like they would have to. I don't know. They would have to like create some airships, maybe create something that can like hold the Titans.
Yeah, but I don't see an airship holding more than one Titan. I feel like if you put 2 Titans on a ship, it's gonna sink. And if they have thousands of Titans, I feel like they're not getting them across. So I feel like they can they have just like really good defense, but if someone has like an impenetrable defense and they're on an island, like why don't you just leave them on the island forever and not mess with them?
Yes, that's what you do. But to be fair though, I don't think they can drown because I think Hanj said when she was doing her experiments, they don't need food, they don't need to breathe, and they don't need sleep. The only thing they need is sunlight.
She's a really funny character. Actually, now that you bring that up, she was like so sad when the Titans died.
She was running those experiments. She was trying to find a secret of the Titans in her own way. Yeah, much respect.
She was almost like getting her head like bit off, like because she was standing too close to them all the time.
I got my respect for those Orochimaru type characters in anime. The ones that are just want to do the research and they do whatever it needs to be done
in order to like Orochimaru.
Well, it's like, what do you mean? She's that character that like wants to know the secret and likes to research, and they tiptoe the line. Like she said that she felt bad when she was torturing the Titans. She was gouging their eyes out in order to like see how quick they recover. But you know, you got Orochimaru and Bleach. You got Mayuri, um, Steins Gate. You got Okabe Rentaro, which you haven't seen yet. I don't think.
I
Uh,
haven't seen Steins Gate.
you've seen it?
Yeah. We'll have
I'd
to
say
do an
yeah,
episode on
Okabe.
that.
I'd say Okabe Rentaro. I can't really forget we did an episode on it. But yeah, you got these characters that just like their love for science and they tiptoe that line, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, they do all have that in common. So
Yeah, that's really the only thing they have in common. They all have like their different character traits, but the love for science and willing to like go like a little bit insane over it is what I love.
Well, yeah. What about you? What are your thoughts overall?
I would say 8.5 out of 10. It actually gets better every time we rewatch it. Especially now that like especially the later seasons because they did do a lot of skipping around a lot. It was easier to make sense of what was going on since already knew what happened in the story. But I would say depending on how the show ends, 8.5 out of 10, it has the potential to go up to a 9. I think the story overall is one of the best anime told stories I've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna see the new season when it comes out, but
We should do a response episode after we watch the last season.
well, I'm down for that. And after this one, we're gonna be switching it up. We're gonna do an episode on Kuroko's basketball. So that'll be a fun one. Me and Chris both like basketball, and actually, I've watched some of it so far. It's actually surprisingly good. I wasn't sure if a sports anime would be good, but it's
I was different. I was very surprised, but it was I do enjoy it. Definitely my top 15.
already.
I'll have to look at the list again, but I think it's that high.
Are you talking about Attack on Titan or Kuroko?
Oh, Kuroko. But Attack of Titan is number 10 for me.
Oh, I didn't know you had finished it. You've seen it before?
What?
Kuroko?
No. I haven't seen it before, but based on like where I'm watching it now.
Dang, it's in your top 15 just off of like the amount you've already seen. I feel I feel the same way though. It's pretty badass.
I say yeah. I just like the animes that analyze decisions, and then they also have a good story, so you can't fault that.
Yeah, so join us for that one
Next time.
After this one. All right. See you guys.